I have a dream to build the biggest faith-based, community-driven business in Southwest Louisiana, a place where people can come together to grow, to learn, to support each other, grow businesses without having to spend a fortune. But first, I need to do something a little bit different. I'm going to build my boss's business, because if I could scale his business, I'll earn the money and the experience and hopefully a future partner to build my own dream in the future, without all the risk, hopefully. I'm Nick, and this is my journey of learning, building, and setting up my future dream, step by step. If you stick around the series, you'll get to know me a little bit more, but let's quickly hit the basics. I'm 24, college dropout, I'm married, I work for a landscaping company for not that much money, and I'm a faithful Catholic. Now, I didn't want to leave that last bit out because everything that I'm going to do is going to be rooted firmly in my faith. Every decision that I make is first talked over with my business consultant, God. I'm here to build up his kingdom first and mine second. Don't get me wrong, I still want my own kingdom. I have launched 3 businesses over the past 4 years, and every single one of them crashed and burned, taking my money with it. I've learned stuff from each of those, mainly what not to do. Lately, I've been studying a lot of Alex Hormozi and Simon Squibb, so a lot of the strategies that you'll see in this series come from them right here on YouTube. That's why instead of starting from scratch, I'm using a strategy from this video to partner with a small business in order to leverage the existing network, resources, and knowledge that the founder has already. This video is the plan as I see it right now, and this series is a documentation of all the steps and mistakes that I make along the way. To start off, I'm gonna have to pitch this to my boss. So what I'm going for is the lowest cost, highest impact things that we can do right now to get things moving. Recently, I went a whole week without working, which means that we didn't have jobs. So I started asking the question, why didn't we have jobs? Probably because the phone isn't ringing. Why isn't the phone ringing? Probably because there's no one who's going out there and getting more leads and making the phone ring. Everything that we have currently is passive. So based on my observation, I don't have any access to the data or anything like that, but based on my observation, there are 3 things that I think we can start doing in order to make that phone ring. Starting with getting ranked in search. When I search landscaping near me, we are the 8th company that shows up. We have 8 reviews and 2.5 stars from a series of bad jobs like 9 years ago. My boss has been in this business for 20 years now, so I have to imagine that with 20 years of clients, surely a few of them have some good experiences. We maintain over 100 yards, so how hard would it be to just give them a call and say, hey, you've been with us for 7 years, you mind leaving a 5-star review? Even if we get 30 5-star reviews, I think that brings us up to like 4.3 stars, which would be a massive improvement and put us in the top 3 in my local area for landscaping near me searches. That way, when all of the middle-aged wealthy people are searching through on Google, they see our business first instead of some other people, because most of our clientele is the middle to upper age people. It costs no money. It shouldn't harm their reputation at all because we've been with these people for many, many years, and it has a huge impact on where we get found in our local area when it comes to searching. Second, I want to increase our ability to upsell. So if we already maintain like 100 properties, why don't we ever do jobs on those existing properties? I'm a part of the lawn crew and I go and swing the weed eater and do stuff like that all the time in the backyards. I know that some of those yards and outdoor spaces could definitely use a spruce up, so why has no one done it? Probably because they don't know we can do it. Give me a list, I'll knock on doors all day. If I can knock on doors of existing customers that we already have a relationship with, whose grass that I already personally cut and I already wave to them and talk to them all the time, I could probably get at least 10 people to agree to have us spruce up their backyard, which is easily another 30 to 60K in revenue and another 2 to 4 weeks worth of jobs that we have booked. Once we do that, we can upsell our recurring revenue package. Instead of just cutting grass, maybe we can pull weeds, spray concrete, etc. And the business as a whole can make some more money. Finally, I think we can increase our awareness in the community, in our local area, with some content and maybe some brand marketing type stuff. If you check out my shorts page, you can see that I've been doing free jobs for neighbors in my community. Now, each one of those videos has a slightly different voiceover that goes up for Facebook that points people in the direction of my boss's business. Some of those videos have 4,000 or 5,000 views, and I've gotten plenty of people reaching out asking if we can do yard work. Now, that's a win-win because I, first off, just get to help someone in my community. Even if no one sees the video, worst case scenario is an old lady gets a free garden bed. The other side of that is that I start to build my personal brand as someone who loves the community, which I do. That goes back to my dream. The second side of it is when I attach my boss's name to the work that I'm doing, he gets that healthy, happy brand association. Now, if I can create and maintain a Facebook page and a email marketing list for him with all of that tied in, I have a pretty good feeling that his business awareness will go up. So now when people think community, when they think beautiful outdoor spaces, they immediately think of my boss's business, and by association, they will think of me, or maybe vice versa. And that will get us more business, more jobs, more leads, more money. I'm definitely not gonna try to make viral, top tier, sensational content. Mostly like, did you know this thing about landscaping? Or this is how you can plan out your drainage job for free. Just add some value to them, not try to sell them too hard. The main focus here is when people are interested in the company, they search it, they see a Facebook page that has a pulse, and they know that we're human beings who are actually alive and willing to do business. I definitely think that these things are within my skill set, and I have a hard time believing that my boss is gonna deny me trying to make him more money, especially since it doesn't cost him anything. And it's not like I can taint his brand, because 2.5 stars. So I can learn how to improve an existing business. I can hone my skills in sales and marketing and increasing efficiencies, decreasing bottlenecks. My boss makes a bunch of money, which in turn, reasonably, I should make a bunch of money. And hopefully in the future, I either have a future business partner or an investor, or at the very least, someone who I trust, who I can leverage knowledge, community, networking, resources, etc. And I know I'm using words like leverage, but I intend on doing this the most ethical way possible and being incredibly upfront with everything to my boss. So he will know my intentions, and I will make sure that our goals align, so I'm not just some young kid that's gonna run around and ruin his business and take advantage of him. That's not the intention. Remember, I'm here to build a kingdom, or kingdoms, his and mine. Honestly, not much is at stake here. I'll either create an awesome business that continues to grow and thrive for my boss and take a cut of that money, or I'll sink a bunch of time and effort and nothing comes at it. Either way, I still have my job and I learn a bunch of skills. And sinking time and effort and doing tough things in order to learn is kind of the whole reason of being a human. So I see it as a win-win. So if all that sounds interesting to you, I'll be documenting this entire series. What works, what doesn't, the mistakes I learned along the way, the setbacks that I face, everything. It'll all be raw and in your face, and I'll be as transparent as possible. Again, I want to do this for the kingdom of God, so if I ever look like I'm going astray, just drop me a comment. I have pretty high hopes, and I'm kind of stoked to see where this goes, both in my professional career and here on YouTube. So if that interests you, stick around, and God bless.